Opo, ano.
Give that emotion, receive that emotion. When I wish someone a good day, I do it with genuine feelings of wanting that person to have a good day. Most people
Opo,
say,
totoo po,
have a
ano.
good day, with no feeling at all. It's automatic, it's dead. The feeling I put behind good day is love as I say the
Opo,
words to
totoo
the
po,
other
ano.
person. This is intentional. As a result, what I expect to get back is the feeling of love. It may come as great news about a project, or a check, or a profitable idea, or a new connection, or some other reason to celebrate. But I give out love, and what I get back is love. When you give money and feel ecstatic, what you will receive in return is something with the feeling of ecstasy attached to it. This may come back to you in the form of money, but it could
Pagpagka
be
mo, ano.
anything else. You gave with a certain emotion, so what you receive will be the same emotion but multiplied at least 10 times. Let me share my story of making my first $1 million with this method. In Thailand, on your birthday, you don't receive gifts, you give them. Giving gifts on a birthday rather than receiving gifts was an entirely new concept to me when I first moved to Thailand, but I started practicing it. Many years ago, on my birthday, I visited an orphanage in Thailand where many of
Pagpagka
the
mo, ano.
children had HIV. The orphanage had no government support and was struggling to operate. I wanted to help more than just with the bags of toys I had brought as gifts. I agreed to paint the building and all the rooms at my own cost. I received no money. I did it because I felt great knowing I was helping them. While I had been visualizing making my first $1 million, I also didn't know how it would happen. When I was at that orphanage, I didn't think spending money there would bring me $1 million later. All I knew is that these kids needed help and it would make me feel good to help. I invested about $80,000 in hiring people to paint and rebuild the orphanage. While that was about a fourth of my monthly revenue at the time, spending it didn't make me feel stretched or worried. It made me feel good. My action wasn't calculated. I didn't give money to get money. Instead, I did something that made me feel great, and I expected something to happen later that would also cause a great feeling, but money wasn't the focus. I just made sure to acknowledge the emotion. As a result, a few weeks later, a deal I had in the works went through. I closed a property worth so much that my commission on it was more than $1 million. Actually, it was $1 million plus about $80,000. So I not only made my first million, but I also recouped my investment in the universe. The feeling I had when I invested in helping the orphanage,
Opo.
feeling great, came back to me multiplied, feeling fantastic. I copied that check, framed it, and still look at it every day. Is this a coincidence? If it had only happened to me once, then I would think that. I have seen many great things come into my life as a result of vibrational giving. Practicing vibrational giving works for me and will work for you too. Mother Teresa had it right when she said, "It is not how much we do, but how much love we put in the doing. It is not how much we give, but how much love we put in the giving." Give first of whatever you wish to receive. I started to be successful and wealthy when I applied the mindset of vibrational giving. Anytime I see a beggar on the street, I make sure to pull out the largest bill in my wallet. The smile, the surprise, and the emotional reaction that this prompts gives me a great feeling of joy and gratitude. I like to be the one who gives more than expected and with no
Pagpagka mo, ano.
expectations on how the recipient will use it. If I am giving money to people in need because I want them to use it in a certain way, then I would not be practicing vibrational giving. If I am giving them money because I know the joy and happiness they will feel, then I am practicing vibrational giving. It is why the law of attraction works for some people and not for others. It's about recognizing the emotion behind your actions. If it's money you seek, make sure to help others make money first. If it's more happiness you want, help others find things to be happy about. If it's a relationship you seek, make sure to be a good friend, listener, and companion as well. It never fails. You have to learn how to read the signals, signs, and hunches when those moments of receiving come back to you. The law of vibrational giving is the core of wealth attraction and creating unlimited opportunity in your life. Buddhism and giving with intention. The importance of giving with positive emotion is one of the central practices of Buddhism. Buddha teaches that what is far more important than the gift given is the intention and state of mind in which you give the gift. The karmic benefits amplify after one gives purely. A pure gift is one provided for the proper time, person, and circumstance, and is one earned by honest means. Giving with pure intentions is to provide with compassion, attentively, and without negatively affecting others. Giving is healthy. Being part of something bigger than ourselves might be one of the best things we can do, both for others and ourselves. Studies have shown that having a purpose outside yourself is beneficial for your mental and physical health, longevity, and even your genes. For example, UCLA researchers looked at both eudaimonic happiness and hedonic happiness. Eudaimonia is a Greek word commonly translated as happiness or welfare. However, human flourishing or prosperity has been proposed as a more accurate translation. Eudaimonic happiness focuses on meaning and self-realization and defines well-being regarding the degree to which a person is fully functioning. On the other hand, hedonic happiness is defined by self-gratification, pleasure attainment, and pain avoidance. The kind of happiness you might feel when splurging on something you've had your eye on for a while. The UCLA researchers linked these two types of happiness with genetic changes and found that eudaimonic happiness was related to lower levels of inflammatory gene expression and higher levels of antibody and antiviral genes. Hedonic happiness had the reverse effect. Giving is addictive. The euphoric feeling we experience is known as the helper's high, a phrase introduced by Alan Lux, a volunteerism and wellness expert. Many researchers have observed the idea of altruism behaving like a miracle drug. Harvard cardiologist Herbert Benson says that helping others is a door through which one can go to forget oneself and experience our natural, hardwired physical sensation. We've all heard about the runner's high, the result of endorphin levels rising. Helper's high occurs when people perform good deeds for other people. In other words, it's a classic example of nature's built-in reward system for those who help others. After spending so many years finding my high in unhealthy ways, I was fascinated by this concept. A 2007 University of Oregon study explored differences in brain activity when donations were voluntary versus mandatory. Participants were each given $100 and told that nobody would know how much of it they kept or gave away. Not even the researchers who enlisted them and scanned their brains would know. The donation choices were stored on a portable memory drive, and the donations indicated by subjects were then paid in cash or mailed to a charity without knowing who had given what. An MRI measured the brain responses. Sometimes the subjects were asked to donate some of their cash to a local food bank. Sometimes a tax was levied that sent their money to the food bank without their approval. Sometimes they received extra money, and sometimes the food bank received money without any of it coming from the subjects. Subjects who voluntarily gave to the food bank experienced a warm glow. The areas of the brain that release the pleasure chemical dopamine unexpectedly lit up: the caudate, nucleus accumbens, and insula. These are the same areas that respond when you eat a dessert or receive money. I am fascinated by the fact that we are physically hardwired to want to give. Giving starts with yourself. Love yourself first so you can give love to others. Alternatively, if it's money you want, help other people make money, and that's what will start to come back to you. The more you do it, the more you'll receive. That is why the law of vibrational giving is one of the essential principles and could be as vital as meditation. Whatever you give, whether small or big, Take inspired action and give what feels right. Don't ever give because you expect the universe to pay you back. You must give with good feelings in your heart. Let love be the emotion that governs your thoughts and actions, since love is the most reliable, most powerful emotion in the world. Learning to love yourself first is like finding the meaning of life. Love itself can be a life's purpose, and one that will bring about days filled with joy and happiness. I know now that the more you give, the more you get. But what about the more you spend? The way I've come to understand the principle of spending money relates to energy. Since everything is a form of energy, that energy can be manipulated, meaning it can be affected. Moreover, the way we change the energy of money is based on the feelings we have when we spend. When we give money, we know that we will receive something in return tenfold. The same principle applies to spending money as well. As long as we infuse the energy of that money with positive vibrations, a positive attitude, and good intentions. When you spend money with that frame of mind, then it will come back to you tenfold. If you're spending money and worrying, oh, maybe this is too much, or maybe I shouldn't have done that, or is this the right thing to do? Or more importantly, will I recover that money again? Then this is an entirely different process. You are sending out the wrong vibrations. You experience worry and fear instead of happiness, peace, and even gratitude. When you spend money with worry in your mind, then you're going to lose the opportunity to receive, to be blessed. When you donate or give with the wrong intention or purpose, you'll receive nothing useful in return. Therefore, when you give or spend, focus on the right intention and let the universe worry about what you'll receive in return. Giving grows companies. Research and consulting firm Great Place to Work conducted a study of several hundred companies and more than 380,000 employees to create its 2018 Best Workplaces for Giving Back list. The research found companies that give back to the community have higher employee retention, brand ambassadorship, and employee enthusiasm. Moreover, employees at organizations that give back are 13 times more likely to look forward to coming to work. Again, even if I did not sincerely believe in the law of vibrational giving and had not reaped the rewards it brought, I would still instill a culture of giving in my companies, as it is proven to increase performance. Giving is, therefore, good business. Always find a reason to give to others, to strengthen others. In return, you'll succeed in everything you're trying to achieve. Be fair in all your doings and dealings, and the universe will enable your success and happiness. Principle number 7, gratitude. A true hero isn't measured by the size of his strength, but by the size of his heart. Zeus, Disney's Hercules. Learning about visualization taught me the practice of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful concept advocated by many of the most successful people in the world. If gratitude was essential to them, I decided I should understand why and how to apply it as they had done. The key to the gratitude I found was to let go and stop worrying about the things I did not have in my life. Switching my focus to what I did have made all the difference. I had to acknowledge that I was thankful for these things. Learning to be thankful every day opened up so many doors of opportunity. By studying how to apply gratitude in my life, I was able to upgrade my life completely. While I was homeless and handing out brochures for the real estate company, I started to practice gratitude. I would thank the universe for all the things that I had and stopped worrying about the things that I didn't have. Learning to be thankful every day opened up so many doors of opportunity. My life was getting better by the day. I went from being a marketing person giving out brochures in the sun to being a sales executive, then to sales manager, and then to sales director, all in the same company. All of this happened within 2 years, thanks to what I was learning and how I was implementing what I was learning into my life. Shifting my focus to what I had instead of what I didn't have was as simple as flipping on a light switch in my head. I could see how focusing on what I lacked caused me to miss out on the value of what I did have in life. Instead of dwelling on my lack of money for a plane ticket from Bangkok to Phuket, I was thankful for the bus driver who gave my unconscious drunk self a chance and a ride on the bus to Phuket. Instead of focusing on not having enough money to eat, I gave thanks for the noodle soup lady who would make sure that I had something to eat every day, even when I could not pay. The more I thought about the noodle soup lady, I became even more grateful because I realized what an impact she had had on me. That noodle soup lady became a significant figure in my early life in Thailand because of the angel that she was. The shop only had 4 tables with 12 chairs, and most of the time the shop was empty when I went there. When I first started visiting the noodle soup shop and she would give me a free bowl of noodles, I thought she just felt sorry for me because I was needy. There was no doubt that she could see that. Sometimes weeks would go by without me paying her, and she would still serve me my daily bowl of noodle soup. She became a second mom to me, feeding me for almost a year without any guarantee that I could ever pay her back. What I realized quickly was that she just enjoyed giving to others without asking for anything back. I used to see her smile, which always came with the soup, as a smile of pity. When I focused on the fact that she was giving me a bowl of noodle soup with a smile rather than the fact that I couldn't pay her for it, her smile made me feel loved, not pitied. The noodle shop lady was the first person to make me understand the importance of giving without expecting anything in return, and how great embracing gratitude was to be happy and prosperous. She had a heart of gold. I will never forget her for as long as I live. The sad part is that we eventually lost touch. The shop that I would visit in those early days in Phuket has been empty for years now. I have not seen her in years. However, one of the 101 goals I write each year always includes locating this woman and building her a proper restaurant for her noodle soup. It would mean so much to me to be able to thank her in this way. I visualize that day and seeing her smile again. Whenever I need a reminder of the power of gratitude, I remember her first. Remembering to focus on what you have rather than what you don't is the key to gratitude. You'll be surprised how much you have to be grateful for once you make this mental switch. Another person I am eternally grateful for is my Swedish friend who first sent me The Secret. Rather than focusing on the fact that he would not give me the money I needed, I focused on all the blessings his single act brought me. If it wasn't for that event alone, I don't know if I would be where I am today, let alone writing a book about 18 wealth principles. I feel so much gratitude to that friend. Reading that very first book has helped me accomplish so much. When he refused me money but gifted me the book, I began to develop as a person for the first time in my life. I'm so grateful for that gift that never stops giving to me. The ease of showing gratitude. It is so easy to show how grateful we are, whether that takes the form of a tip when we are out at a restaurant or a verbal expression of gratitude. It can be a willingness to help others to not only pay back someone's kindness, but to show how grateful we can be. Showing gratitude can be as small as a heartfelt handwritten letter or a phone call, or it can be as significant as rewarding a coworker with a trip for their dedication and hard work. Gratitude can take many forms, but it can be effortless. It only takes a second to say thank you and mean it. The gratitude effect. In positive psychology research, gratitude connects with greater happiness. People feel more positive emotions, enjoy good experiences, improve their health, deal with adversity, and build strong relationships. The more I researched gratitude, the more I realized how powerful it could be in shifting my life in the most positive way. In 2013, the journal Personality and Individual Differences reported that grateful people experience fewer aches and pains, and they report feeling healthier than other people. Additional research, not surprisingly, says that grateful people are more likely to take care of their health, exercise more often, and get regular medical checkups. The health research around gratitude made total sense to me, and I began noticing how I felt physically in the weeks and months after I began consistently practicing gratitude exercises. Besides feeling physically stronger, I noticed that I felt mentally stronger too. Robert A. Emmons, PhD, a leading gratitude researcher, has conducted multiple studies on the link between gratitude and well-being. His research confirms that gratitude effectively increases happiness and reduces depression. When you intentionally show gratitude, you get intentional results. Gratitude in business. The more I practiced gratitude regularly, made it a daily habit, and dove deeper into the gratitude philosophies of other successful people, I realized what a hidden tool it could be in business. Consider two simple facts when it comes to gratitude in your professional life. First, a 2014 study published in the Journal of Applied Sports Psychology found that gratitude increased athletes' self-esteem, which is essential for high performance. Other studies have shown that gratitude reduces social comparisons. Rather than becoming resentful toward people who have more money or better jobs, which is a significant factor in reduced self-esteem, grateful people can appreciate others' accomplishments. Working in sales and having to establish a close network of people to help bring my sizable real estate projects together, I understand the power of making people want to work with you. Acknowledging the contributions of others leads to new opportunities, which are critical to exponential success. Something as simple as a thank you shows appreciation and good manners and can help you win new friends, according to a 2014 study published in the journal Emotion. The study found that thanking new acquaintances makes them more likely to seek an ongoing relationship. This includes acknowledging a stranger for holding the door or writing a quick thank you note to a coworker. Switch on your gratitude mindset. The first step to switching on your gratitude mindset is to start internally and feel gratitude for yourself, your gifts, and what you have accomplished. Being grateful internally is very challenging because it can often make us feel selfish or egotistical. It is an odd feeling to appreciate yourself and your gifts. No matter how insignificant, there are plenty of aspects of our daily lives that we can show gratitude toward. A beautiful sunny day, a stress-free drive to work, a happy barista at our favorite coffee shop, or getting a discount on a meal. Exercise. Gratitude practice. Choose a time at the end of each day to spend 10 minutes practicing gratitude. It is essential to do this at the end of the day so you can reflect on the day, experience the gratitude, and go to sleep with these thoughts that can seep into your subconscious. 1. Spend the time thinking about your day, the events, your feelings toward the experiences, and what tomorrow holds for you. 2. Begin by focusing on small things that you can be thankful for, like finding a good parking spot at the grocery store, being able to enjoy a cup of coffee in the morning, someone holding the door open for you, or even that you went to the gym and worked out. 3. As you become aware of all the little things you are grateful for, start to verbalize them. For example, I am grateful for the person who showed me kindness when holding the door open for me. I am grateful that person saw me as deserving of kindness. I am grateful that I had the willpower to go to the gym today and honor my health and body. I am grateful for the energy to work out and thankful that I am focusing on my health so I can live my best life. 4. Next, spend time focusing on bigger things you are grateful to have in your life. A special relationship, a major business deal, the chance to travel, a positive health diagnosis, your children, or a new opportunity. 5. As you become aware of all the significant things you are grateful for, start to verbalize them. I am grateful for my significant other and how I can express love and receive love from this person unconditionally. I am thankful that this person sees the best in me, so I can also see the best in me. I am grateful for this business deal and how rewarding it feels to be able to provide new opportunities for my company, coworkers, and clients. I'm thankful that my coworkers share my vision and help me lead them so that we can all prosper together. 6. Finally, review your gratitude and ask the universe to acknowledge your appreciation for both small and big things. Spend a few moments thinking about how you feel after expressing what you were grateful for that day. When you practice the principle of being grateful every day, whether you reflect privately during meditation or you're expressing personal thanks to those who have shown you kindness or have helped you in some way, in return, the universe will give you more things to be thankful for. The universe will recognize that you are sincerely grateful for what life has given you, whether you are rich or poor, and will continue to provide you with good things to be grateful for. When we realize in our lives everything we can be grateful for, our bodies fill with peace, contentment, and happiness for what we already have. We stop needing what we don't have and become satisfied with the things in our lives. When we practice gratitude, we can let go and relax with what we already have. We can go about our days in a calm, grateful, happy mood. The universe recognizes those positive feelings radiating from you and brings more of those feelings into your life, which will continue to allow you to feel grateful. The basic principle is be thankful for all the things you have in life, no matter how big or small, and be open to receiving and being grateful. Without conscious gratitude, I'd still be living on a beach. Principle number 8. Have ideas so massive others get uncomfortable. The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. John Milton. Did this journey from homeless to billionaire happen because I got very good at goal setting and meditation? No. If that were true, we would have a world full of billionaires. Massive success comes from extraordinary discipline, dedication, and the power of bigger thinking. To obtain massive success, you must have and execute large ideas. Thinking bigger and actualizing concepts are not skills that we're born with. They require exercise. One of the keys to thinking bigger is to incorporate as many success principles as possible as you dream up your inspired ideas. When you are inspired, your subconscious is feeding your thoughts, which is why you must act on inspired ideas right away before your subconscious stops feeding you the inspiration. Taking action is the first step to making your ideas grow bigger and bigger. The second thing you need to focus on when you get a big idea is how you can make it more significant and more impactful. Don't focus on how you are going to do it. Don't focus on the cost of the idea or the criticism you might face. So, don't let the naysayers stop you when you get an inspired idea. Instead, let your mind go and think about the concept in the grandest sense. Make it so grand that when you describe it, people get uncomfortable. Case study, Thinking Bigger. In 2006, Blake Mycoskie formed a company that designs and sells shoes, eyewear, coffee, apparel, and handbags. Here's a breakdown. In 2006, while on vacation in Argentina, Mycoskie noticed local polo players wearing alpargatas, a simple canvas slip-on shoe that he began to wear himself, and which became the prototype for the shoe line. Mycoskie said that when doing volunteer work in the outskirts of Buenos Aires, he noticed that many of the children were running through the streets with no shoes. Mycoskie was grateful to be able to afford shoes when others could not, and was passionate about solving a problem, those barefoot children. Being grateful and loving is a powerful combination. His inspired idea was to develop a type of alpargata for the North American market, with the goal to provide a new pair of shoes free of charge to the youth of Argentina and other developing nations for every pair sold. Mycoskie sought the mentorship of Bill Gates, who encouraged him by confirming that a lack of shoes in Argentina was a major contributor to diseases in children. Mycoskie, inspired by his idea, took immediate action by selling his online driver education company for $500,000 to finance his shoe company. He initially commissioned Argentine shoe manufacturers to make 250 pairs of shoes. Sales officially began in May 2006. He had no experience in the shoe industry, so this was a significant risk, but he took it. The company name is derived from the word tomorrow and evolved from the original concept, Shoes for Tomorrow Project. Tom's Shoes was born. He started the company with the positive emotions of love and gratitude, wanting to make a real difference. After an article ran in the Los Angeles Times, the company received orders for 9 times the available stock online and 10,000 pairs sold in the first year. The first batch of 10,000 free shoes went to Argentine children in October 2006. His first year was so successful that Mycoskie expanded on his inspired idea. In 2007, the company launched its annual One Day Without Shoes event, which encourages people to go shoeless for the day to raise awareness about the impact shoes can have on a child's life. The event has had corporate sponsors such as AOL, Flickr, and the Discovery Channel. By 2012, Tom's had provided more than 2 million pairs of new shoes to children in developing countries around the world. In June 2014, Mycoskie set a clear goal to sell part of his stake in the company to help it grow faster and meet the company's long-term goals. Bain Capital immediately acquired it. Mycoskie's wealth following the deal was estimated at $300 million. He retained half ownership of Tom's, as well as his role as chief shoe giver. Mycoskie said he would use half of the proceeds from the sale to start a new fund to support socially minded entrepreneurship, and Bain would match his investment and continue the company's one-for-one policy. The point of this example is that Tom's was valued at more than $600 million only 6 years after Mycoskie's inspired idea surfaced. One-for-one became an impact model that many businesses have now adopted. Mycoskie's idea became a massive success for 3 reasons. 1, he used mentorship, Bill Gates, to add fuel to his idea and make it even more significant. 2, he took immediate action by investing $500,000 to produce the first 250 pairs of shoes. 3, he continued to add to the idea and push its growth by thinking bigger and bigger, charity and investment. The shoes were not the big idea. He imitated shoes that already existed in Argentina and brought them to North America. The big idea was trying to solve the problem of children without shoes using a successful business. His big idea continues to get bigger. When Tom's sells a pair of shoes, a new pair of shoes goes to an impoverished child. When Tom's sells eyewear, part of the profit is used to save or restore eyesight for people in developing countries. The company launched Tom's Roasting Company in 2014, and with each purchase of Tom's Roasting Company coffee, the company works with other organizations called Giving Partners to provide 140 liters of clean water, equal to a 1-week supply, to a person in need. In 2015, Tom's Bag Collection was launched to fund advancements in maternal health. Purchases of Tom's bags help provide training for skilled birth attendants and distribution of birth kits containing items that help women practice safe childbirth. Do you believe that Blake Mycoskie's fantastic company resulted from one inspired idea? No. Mycoskie had an initial plan for a shoe company that gave back, which was indulging one of his passionate missions. He started with a singular idea and then applied various success principles discussed in this book. I have a lot of respect for Tom's and what it has done. It is a perfect example of how thinking bigger leads to massive success, and how massive success allows us to improve the lives of those around us. You can create unlimited opportunities in business and life by training your mind to think bigger. The initial idea can be small, but how you continue to think about it must be massive. I started with wanting to improve my real estate clients' experience during meetings, to then creating another business in the coffee shop market. Famous coffee. In the real estate industry, when clients come to meet with developers, coffee and light fare are offered. We want our clients focused and paying attention to our presentations, not thinking about being hungry or thirsty. One day, someone noticed that our competitors always served their customers mediocre takeout coffee or cheap instant coffee that you can buy at any convenience store. This observation generated an inspired idea. I immediately visualized how much better the experience would be to have a fantastic coffee shop in our building that always had fresh, delicious coffee and tasty treats that our clients could enjoy. The key now was taking immediate action. We created the first coffee shop in a section of one of our development offices, and we even established our own brand, buying the beans from a Thai plantation famous for its quality and taste. Upon entering our building on the way to a meeting, clients would first experience the coffee shop. Soon enough, clients started to come back to our building just for a cup of coffee, a pastry, or a snack. We began getting great reviews of our service, coffee, and food. Eventually, we expanded locally and now have 3 successful branches. The big idea to create a coffee shop in our headquarters was to give our clients a special feeling when they came for meetings. However, the idea grew bigger and bigger, and then evolved into a franchise. I could have stopped at the one shop, but I kept thinking about how I could make it even better. Initially, I called the coffee shops Green Mountain, referring to the green region in Thailand that supplied the beans. I decided to rename the coffee shop because in one of my thinking sessions, it occurred to me that the right name would evoke the feeling that I wanted people to experience. I decided to rename the coffee shops Famous. Famous is a pretty simple word that people could remember, and I thought customers would enjoy using. They would say, "Let's meet at Famous," or "I'm at Famous." There is a good feeling associated with the word. When asked, "Where are you going for coffee today?" it's hard not to smile when you say, "I'm going to Famous." It's a single word with positive connotations, and it sounds special, like a place you'd go to meet celebrities. You may just be going for a cup of coffee, but you'll leave feeling great because of the experience. When the name Famous came to mind, I instantly knew that it was going to turn out great. Now all I hear is how much clients enjoy getting famous. Others will not see your vision because it is not their job to do so. It is your job to bring the vision into reality. Case study: acting quickly on big ideas. In 2011, 2 men got into a discussion at a party about how frustrated they were with the cost of razor blades. They came up with an inspired idea called Dollar Shave Club. What made founders Mark Levine and Michael Dubin so successful was how quickly they acted on their idea. With their own money and investments from startup incubator Science Incorporated, they started operations in January 2011 and launched their website 90 days later. The membership service first launched March 6, 2012 via a YouTube video that went viral, crashing the company's server in the first hour. Once Dubin got the server working, he enlisted a team of friends and contractors to help fulfill the 12,000 orders that arrived in the first 48 hours after launching the video. Even when problems struck the fledgling company, the founders had a clear vision and acted quickly to make the idea happen. Since its launch, the company has acquired 3.2 million subscribers. The moral of this story is that there is no idea too small to make massive. There is always an easier way. I have found that when trying to launch a new idea, especially in business, it can feel too hard. When something is hard, that makes it easy to want to give up. Big ideas can feel hard to execute, which is why I always look for the easiest way to accomplish the big idea. I was born with the desire to do things my way, and whenever possible, I look for the simplest way to get things accomplished. When I was about 14, just before I dropped out of high school, I took a sales job during the holiday season. I went door to door selling boxes of traditional Swedish chocolate cookies called chokladbollar. The goal was to sell a box to every door I knocked on. It was cold calling sales during the physically cold winter. Each box cost about $30, and I was hearing no after no after no. I thought of trying to sell each cookie individually instead of a whole box. I figured it had to be easier than trying to sell an entire box at a time, and my boss never said I couldn't just sell one cookie at a time. Now, when people opened the door, I would say, I have a box of Kuchlatboller. You can choose one for 50 cents. I found that tactic so much easier because people were willing to buy one or two cookies at a time. This led to more people buying an entire box at a time because they would realize it was cheaper to buy a whole box than just a few cookies. Eventually, I was selling box after box of them. This technique led me to be the best salesperson on the 12-person team. There is a solution to every problem, and every challenge allows us to grow stronger and learn things that will only help us to have an easier time in the future. I could have easily given up when I couldn't sell a single box of cookies, but eventually I relaxed and let the inspired idea come to me. It was because I was so young at the time, and as we discussed earlier, when we are younger, our minds are more creative because the reality of the world has yet to set in. We believe without fear or worry and allow a new range of inspired ideas to penetrate our minds and give us the answers we seek. Whatever idea comes flashing through your mind, make sure you take the time to write down that idea before you forget it. Even if you have to keep a journal next to your nightstand for when ideas come to you in the night or even through dreams. Then, once you have this new idea written down, list what immediate actions you could take to see that new idea become a reality. It could be making a simple call to someone who could help you, or to someone who could provide information. You might need to do a little research to determine what actions are needed. Find the answers to what will make this idea a reality. It's in the process of seeking solutions that you'll find the opportunity waiting for you, the possibility that will lead to your success. Big ideas, a numbers game. Many
Okay, I'm gonna go up on so I can go at book watch. Up on up a good book oh, don't know, but books book coming in.